We're going to finish up with diseases of the parathyroid. Remember, the big thing with the parathyroid hormone is that it regulates calcium levels. In hyperparathyroidism, you have increased effects on kidneys and bones, causing increased reabsorption of calcium and excretion of phosphate by the kidneys. Increasing release of calcium and phosphate by the bones decreases bone density. Oh, sorry guys, I forgot to make that big. Assessment for your patients with hyperparathyroid. You're looking for fragile bones. You're looking for bone fractures. They a lot of times will have kidney stones and GI problems. Diagnosis, you'll see that increased potassium, increased magnesium. Again, this is one of those things where you get your lab results back on a patient. Maybe they're in with something totally different. And you're working in the hospital on a med-surg unit, and you're a new nurse, say you're working night shift, and you get those morning labs back, and they have a complete, lab panel ran, or a comprehensive metabolic panel ran, and you are looking through your labs, and you're like, this patient has increased calcium and increased mag. I mean, is that something I'm going to immediately call the physician at 5 in the morning? Probably not. Am I going to make sure it's flagged so that he gets those results or she gets those results on rounds? Yes, I am. Am I probably going to make a follow-up to make sure that is taken care of? Yes, I am. So that's where I think it's important for us. A lot of times with these hormone issues, a lot of times they're caught when patients are in with other needs in the hospital or even just at their primary care providers' offices. Big things with hypoparathyroid, you see a decreasing function of the parathyroid gland. They will need, a lot of times will need IV calcium and potassium. It can also cause hypomagnesium issues. Big thing here is, remember, when we have patients with that low calcium, they can have that Cheswick sign and Torsades sign that we learned about during fluid and electrolyte class. So keep in mind that with hypoparathyroidism is where you see that the different signs and that are seen with a low calcium level. Okay, these patients are on long-term calcium and vitamin D therapy. So big thing with the parathyroid is just think calcium. If it's hyper, they got too much. If it's hypo, they ain't got enough. So that's the big thing with the parathyroid. And I mean, unless you're just working in a very specific place, a lot of times that's really all you'll need to know about it. And that's the reason I haven't gone into a whole lot of detail about this and spent so much more time on diabetes, because quite frankly, in this day and age, you can be working at the supermarket and everybody's got diabetes. So, you can work at a plastic surgeon's office and have to deal with people with diabetes. It's very prevalent. With a lot of these disorders are not as prevalent.